Thank you all so much for coming. I'm so happy to be joined by my dear friend Hugh Weber, who is the president of our basketball team, the New Orleans Hornets. You know I like to talk about numbers. Today is our 586th day in office. We have 878 to go, and I am proud to announce, with Hugh's blessing, that the Hornets have sold 10,019 season tickets, and we are really pumped up about that and excited. As you know, as a community, we all came together some time ago to basically send a message to the rest of the nation, to the owners of the NBA, that New Orleans is in, that the Hornets are an important part of the city of New Orleans. The governor and I, the business community, the entire corporate community of New Orleans, all of the citizens in partnership with Hugh and Jack, went about setting a goal for ourselves, and that's to keep the Hornets in New Orleans. And one of the things that we had to do was make sure that we got sponsors. One of the things we needed to do is make sure that we sold tickets, made sure that this particular entity was a viable entity to produce a new owner. And I am really thrilled to be standing here with you in partnership with them, announcing that the City of New Orleans set out to hit a goal, and the City of New Orleans did. And it really is an exciting day. So I've got my pin on. You know, all of us have been in, but this is just the beginning. This is not the end. When we first asked the team to think about coming here, they said it wouldn't succeed. Then after Katrina hit, they said they couldn't make it. And then when we've gone through this, they've always counted us out. But New Orleans is a stand-up city. It is a city that continues to reflect to the rest of the world what resilience and redemption really looks like. And the Hornets are representing what the new New Orleans is. The city, not that we have been, but the city that we want to become. So I'm ecstatic. And of course, all of you know, as we get into the Christmas season, we're about to become the host for so many major events that New Orleans can't help but be on the world stage, from today all the way through the Super Bowl of 2013. And we're very excited. The lockout is now over. Everybody's strapping it on. We're getting ready. December 26th will be the first game in Phoenix. The next game, home game, and the first one will be on the 28th. And the Hornets are going to be back where they belong, and that's in the arena. And so I'm very thankful. Hugh, thank you so much for all the great work that you guys done. Please help me welcome Hugh Weber.
It's hard to believe, but it was February that Mitch and I and the governor stood in the arena and talked about what it would be for us to sell 10,000 season tickets. Something the franchise has only done twice in its time here in New Orleans. And at the time, I think all of us kind of said, wow, this is kind of a lofty goal. So today, it's really about thanking those that have been a key part along the way to make this happen. And it's been an incredible ride. I think that many have said across the league, across the country, and even internationally, I've gotten phone calls saying, how on earth, amongst all this other things, the NBA ownership, work stoppage, 5 guys on the roster, can't talk about players, how on earth are people in New Orleans buying tickets? So it starts with the fans, right? We have to thank the fans first, because the governor and the mayor, although they were rolling up their sleeves and doing events, the 100 events in 100 days we did, they were there every step of the way. And the work they did behind the scenes, I cannot tell you, the heavy lifting that happened to make sure that those sponsors and those ticket holders came on board could never be lauded enough. For those fans, though, that actually bought into this idea of supporting a team that was important to the city and its community, without any faces of franchises, without any players, speaks to their motivation. And the motivation was about protecting a community asset, protecting something that represents this city, protecting something that the fans here have voted with their dollars to make sure that it's a long-term asset for many generations to come. And because it was important to fans, we had sponsors step up too. We had incredible amount of commitment. Those that are committed to this city, from Oshner, who stepped up with their sponsorship this year, Entergy, and I think Rick is here. Thank you for being here. Rick Vogler is here from Entergy, buying these last block tickets, along with Capital One. I know that John was supposed to be here. Are you here? Thank you very much. And Lucian Gunter from Acme, thank you very much. These folks came together as they saw that we were nearing the finish line and said, listen, let's get this behind us, right? As the mayor said, let's put this new culture of a city that achieves its benchmarks, achieves its goals behind us. It's not that hard, it's not that difficult. And at the end of the day, these are tickets that will be used in the community by fans but people are going to enjoy coming to Hornets games and having that be part of the lifestyle, what it means to live here. Now the obligation's on us, right? The fans, the business community has stepped up, and now it's up to us to help deliver an owner, which we said was always the objective, the 10,000 season tickets and getting that kind of support to help, again, solicit an owner to come in and step in. We're committed to doing that in very short order. It also gives us the opportunity and runway to try and get a long-term deal done with the state in our lease agreement. But again, the objective has always been to make this a team that will become, for many generations, something that you can count on being right here in New Orleans. So, we got a lot of other issues to work through today, right? We've got 5 players on the roster, and we're going to spend some time talking about that as well. We want to be very perfectly clear, though. This is something we want to thank the fans and our corporate sponsors, and at the same time, we want to enjoy the moment, but we realize there's much more work to be done, and this is not the end, but just the beginning of the responsibility that we feel we have in the community. And you continue to count on us to come through on our part. With that, I'd like to invite someone else who had a key role in all of this. John Young has been part of the path along the way as well. I cannot tell you the meetings and phone conversations we had late at night. John calling business owners in Jefferson Parish. Jefferson Parish is a big part of our efforts as well. Big majority of our season ticket holders from Jefferson Parish. And John and his team did a great job in terms of helping us. So John, if you'd like to say a few words.
Sure, just real quick. Did the mayor speak on
He did.
Mr. Mayor, I want to thank you for having me here today, and I think this is a great illustration of how we can work together on a regional basis for a common goal. And I always want to work with Mitch for our interests in Jefferson Parish, the interests of New Orleans, and our entire metropolitan community. And the Hornets show what you can do when you work together as a team. It's the New Orleans Hornets, but actually they practice in Jefferson Parish at the Alario Center. We're happy to have them. And Hugh lives in my neighborhood, and so does the coach. So it's a truly regional effort. And I want to thank all the fans in New Orleans, all the fans in Jefferson Parish. And I see this guy, actually, you mentioned him before, Lucian Gunter. He's Little Lou. His dad is a guy I go to. I want to thank the Jefferson Parish business community that Hugh and I went to. I know this is the wrong analogy to use, but they stepped up to the plate. They delivered, and I want to thank the JEDCOs of the world, Jefferson Chamber, and our Jefferson Business Council, and all our citizens in Jefferson Parish who truly support the Hornets. So this is a good news for not only New Orleans, not only for the Hornets, but the entire metropolitan area, indeed the state of Louisiana, because not only is it going to be good to have the Hornets back on the court, winning basketball games, but it shows that we're a 2 professional sports town, which Mitch and I know is so important when we go out to attract new business and industry to our metropolitan area. And we want to thank the governor and the state legislators for all their help. And finally, in this Christmas season, it's nice that we were able to work together and give each other a present by having the Hornets back and hopefully securing the ability for the Hornets to attract a local owner and keep keep the Hornets in New Orleans for many, many years to come. So thank you very much.
Thank you. And just one last, Michael Hecht here is from GNO, and again, Michael, I don't want to just pass by the fact that GNO and the Business Council of New Orleans also did a tremendous job. I think it speaks to what can be done on a one-on-one basis. We had a lot of meetings, a lot of phone calls, a lot of late nights, and it's all because of that, working through the business community and with our fans, that we're able to share the news with you today. So with that,
we'll do questions via poll sides after.
okay?
We're going to do poll sides.
Both sides.
All right.
All right.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Can I ask